I'm given A, B, and C are digits, and all of them are different, so they're all unique digits. If 1287 times C is equal to ABBA, what does ABBA times C equal to? So the first thing to do is notice that C is a digit, so C has to be anywhere from 0 to 9. So any digit between 0 and 9. Here, you will look at all the digits and see which one works. Obviously 0 wouldn't work and 1 wouldn't work. So that eliminates 2 of them. So then you only have to test 2 through 9. So when you test 2 through 9, when you get to 7, you do 1287 times 7, you get 9009 as your answer. And notice the first and last digit are the same. Same with this. And the second and third digit are also the same. Same as what we wanted. So we see that A has to be 9 and B has to be 0. So that works. Next, we want to find what is ABBA times C. ABBA, we said, is 9009. C was 7, right? Because we want to multiply by C, which we found it to be 7. And the answer is 63,063. So that will be the answer here. So this was just a matter of trial and error to get the right form, and then you just multiply by 7. Okay, next we'll be looking at finding the curvature. So let's say we're given r of t to be 1 times t to the negative 1, negative 4, and 6t. And we want to find the curvature. So the formula that we were looking for the curvature is the length of r prime cross r double prime over the length of r prime to the third power. So let's look at the derivative here. So let's look at r prime first. We're going to be taking the derivative of each one of these. So the first one is 1 times t to the negative 1 power. So we bring down the power and then subtract by 1. The derivative of negative 4, that's a constant, which is 0. And then 6t is just 6. Next, we're going to also take the double prime. So we're going to take another derivative. We bring down the negative 2. And then negative 2 times a negative will be positive 2. Subtract 1 to the exponent. And then derivative of 0 is 0. The derivative of 6 is also 0. Okay. The next thing we need to do is we'll be looking at the top here. We have r prime. We have r double prime. Now we want to take the cross product. So we want r prime cross r double prime. So we're going to have as a first row I, j, k. The second row will be r prime, which is negative t to negative 2 power, 0 and 6. And then the last row will be r double prime, which is 2 times t to the negative third, 0 and 0. Okay, now we find the cross product. So we'll start with I, and then we take the determinant. So we look at the determinant of matrix 0, 6, 0, 0. Then we go to minus j. So then we look at the first column, negative t, negative 2, 2t, negative 3, and then the third column, 6 and 0. And then lastly, we look at k, the third column, and then we look at the first two columns. So we're going to be taking the determinant of each one of these matrices. The first one we do 0 times 0, which is 0, minus 0 times 6 is 0. So next one we do negative t to the negative second power times 0 is 0, minus 2t negative third power times 6 will give me 12t to the negative third. And then lastly, we multiply these. Since we're multiplying by 0, it's just going to be 0 minus 0. So we can eliminate the I and the k, because those are just 0. And now we're left with, let's see, the 0, this one goes away. And then we have a negative and a negative. We'll make it positive. So we have positive 12t to negative third j. And so that's the cross product. The next thing we need to do, based on the formula, is find the magnitude. So we have the magnitude here. Because it's just a single vector, the magnitude is just going to be itself. So that's just going to be 12t to negative third power. And lastly, we'll be looking at the denominator. So the denominator, so I guess we could just write the top here, 12t to the negative third power. The denominator is finding the length of r prime and then cubing it. R prime is negative t to the negative second, 0 and 6. Finding the length of that, we have to take the square root of each component squared. So that would just be, okay, the 2 would distribute to the negative. That will make it positive. And then an exponent to an exponent you multiply. So that would be t to the negative fourth. The 0 is just 0. 6 times 6 squared is 36. And that would just be the square root of that. Will be the, so this would just be the length of r prime. Lastly, we need to cube it, so we can raise it to the third power. And then we just say 3/2. And so that would be my curvature. Okay. Next, I want to find the area of a triangle. So I have the height here as 3x minus 9. And the base is 2x plus 4. So the area of the triangle is 1/2 base times height. The base is going to be 2x plus 4. The height is 3x minus 9. Here I'm going to distribute the 1/2 to both the 2x and the 4. So that's going to give me x plus 2. And then I'm going to FOIL this out to get 3x squared minus 3x minus 18. And that's the area of the triangle. Next, we're given that r is positive. Calculate the value of r in the equation below. We have r times the quantity 5 plus 2r minus 5 times the quantity r minus 4 equals 52. I'm going to distribute the r. So we have 5r plus 2r squared minus to distribute the 5. So here I'm going to leave it as a parentheses. So I'm just going to pretend like the negative is outside here, like that. So 5 times r is 5r, minus 5 times 4 is 20, equals 52. The 5r is going to cancel, and then we have 2r squared minus a negative will make it positive. We're going to subtract the 20 to get 32. R squared is going to be 16, and that will give us r is plus or minus 4. But in the beginning we said that r is positive, so it can't be negative. So we're going to remove the negative, and we'll say that r has to be 4. And that is the solution. Okay, the next problem, we're given a triangle. So we want to find the value of k. So k will be the angle here, that's k degrees. And this one is 82 degrees. We're given that these two lines are parallel and these two sides are congruent. So because these two sides are congruent, we have an isosceles triangle. Okay, so that means that the base angles are going to be the same. So this angle has to be the same as this angle. Notice we have two parallel lines, so if I continue these parallel lines like this, I notice that this angle and this angle are alternate interior angles. And we know for parallel lines, alternate interior angles are congruent. So this angle is also 82 degrees. Because this is an isosceles triangle, this angle is also 82 degrees. Okay, so we have a triangle. The two base angles are 82. Now, we know that the sum of the angles of a triangle has to be 180. So we'll call this k. So we know that 82 plus 82 plus k has to equal 180. 82 plus 82 is 164. And then when I subtract 164, I get 16. So k has to be 16 degrees. Next, I'm given a line with a little triangle looking shape, so not fully connected. We're given this line is A, this line is B, and this angle is 2x, this angle is 3x, and this angle is x. We're given also that A is parallel to B. Whenever you're given this situation, it's always good to extend the lines, because right now it looks kind of, it doesn't seem obvious what's going on. So we'll extend the line A. Okay. And notice that we have two parallel lines from now. Okay. This angle and this angle are alternate, sorry, not that one. That angle and this angle are alternate interior angles. And when we have parallel lines, the alternate interior angles are congruent. So this has to be 3x as well. Now the inside angle here is supplementary to 3x. So that would have to be 180 minus 3x. And now the other angle here is supplementary with 2x. So that has to be 180 minus 2x. Our goal here is to solve for x. So we have a triangle. Let me redraw this. We know one angle is 180 minus 2x. The other angle is 180 minus 3x. And the other angle is x. The sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180. So we're going to add up all the angles, and we want to set them equal to 180. So I can get rid of one of the 180s by subtracting it over. This will be 0. And negative 2x plus negative 3x is negative 5x. I still have 180. I also have x here, plus x equals 0. Negative 5x plus x is negative 4x, plus 180 equals 0. I'm going to add the 4x to the other side to get 180 equals 4x. If I divide both sides by 4, I get x equals 45. So that's my answer.